September market watch, guys. So, I'm a little pissed off right now, and I shouldn't be, because overall last week was a net positive in the world of Zoid building. So I had a week off for vacation, and I managed to finish the HMM Red Leon Wildliger, which you guys saw the video of. Uploaded the review for the Bazoo tile from Zoids Wild Zero, and I finished building the Styraiser, the Liger Zero X on live stream, and then I also built the Energy Liger. And I built the Star Wars Bandai B-Wing. So overall, built a ton of kits. And I was going to start on the Gojless Giga, which, as you guys saw, I got several months ago from my local game store. And this is where the problem started. So that was the good news. And the bad news is when I went to start the live stream for the Gojless Giga, I opened the box, dump everything out, start flipping through the instructions. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to get started. And I'm like, all right, we start with the motor. Where's the motor? There was no motor. The kit was missing the motor entirely, which of course makes it completely useless. You cannot build it without the motor because the motor is the center of it and you build everything else around it, making it impossible to build. So I was mad, especially because I had started a live stream, and nothing's more embarrassing than starting a live stream and finding out you can't even finish your kit you started and having to cut off the stream immediately. So that was incredibly frustrating. Luckily, thank you to the community on the Zoids Collectors Facebook group, because you guys were super supportive and offered me lots of places where I can find junk Gojless Giga kits. Unfortunately, there really aren't any out there. As you guys will see when we get into Market Watch, the kits that are out there for the Gojless Giga are worth as much as what I paid for mine, if not more. So they definitely took this kit in at win condition, expecting it to be complete. The guy didn't walk in and say, here's a Gojless Giga without the motor. Have fun. I'm sure they did not do that. But it gets worse. So I was like, okay, no more live stream, no Gojless Giga. It is essentially just a pile of plastic with a fancy box, and I will be stuck displaying the box unless I want to spend twice as much money to get another Gojless Giga kit. So I'm like, let me start on the Psychogenosaur, which I said I was going to build last week. And so the Psychogenosaur has sat around for a while. I've had it since around Christmas-ish of 2017 when I bought it from another member of the Zoids Collectors group, in addition to the HMM Cannon Tortoise and HMM Naomi Gun Sniper that I gave to my friend Jeff. And eventually I'll be able to do a review on that. And so I open the box and I get down to I move all the pages out of the way and I get down to the bottom to pull out the instruction manual. And I noticed that the bottom of the box is completely destroyed. So there was like this dirt and I don't know if it was mold or water damage or what it was at the bottom of the box, but the entire bottom of the box had this layer of dirt or mold, and the instruction manual was just completely destroyed. I didn't even want to touch it. I pull out all the pieces. Luckily they were wrapped in plastic, so I was able to take the plastic off, throw it away, and wash the pieces. And all the pieces were salvaged, but the bottom of the box was completely destroyed. I threw away the entire bottom of the box and instruction manual, and I was just devastated. I was so pissed. There was bugs at the bottom of this box. I couldn't believe it. I'd never had this happen with a model kit before. And I've been sitting on the Psychogenosaur wanting to build, and I said, well, could that have happened when I was getting ready to move? You know, wherever I had the Zoids stored, maybe the water damage, bugs, etc. from where it was stored. It was not stored at the bottom of the stack of HMMs when it was stored, and I opened every single other Zoid kit that actually every single model period, including the Gundams I have. Not a single other kit has that. They're all perfectly fine, including the other ones I got from the same person, the same seller. So the Cannon Tortoise, perfectly fine. The Beam Gatling Unit set, again from the same person, completely fine. And I even messaged Jeff, I said, double check your gun sniper because I know you haven't built it yet. Make sure it's okay. And it sounds like it is. So I don't think there was malicious intent there, because this side of the bottom of the box, looked perfectly fine on the outside. It was the inside of the bottom of the box that was messed up. And I'm sure the previous owner had no ill intent, because if you open the top of the box and you look at the top of the pieces and everything looks fine. It's if you got down in there and took everything out, you would actually see the damage. So I was pretty mad. I'm actually really, really heavily debating buying the Genosaur reissue so I can have an instruction manual. But either way, my friend Brad, who is a Zoid collector in Tennessee, is going to supply me with his instruction manual because he has built the Psychogenosaur as well as the exclusive Genosaur bone color, the white one, and so obviously it's the same HMM, so it's the same instructions. So either one of those would do the trick. I built the Leon Wildliger with the instruction manual from the blue Wildliger, so it is what it is. So there's a silver lining in there, and that's it for bad news. So I have some good news as well. So when I went and visited Brad over that week of vacation that I had, I did that like one of the first days, like that Sunday I had off. Made a stop at a place called the Battlegrounds, which is a game store in Dalton, and they have an incredible selection not only of games but of like old Transformers, like vintage Transformers I had never seen in person before, old Star Wars stuff, and I was able to find, and also TCG stuff, Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, and the Final Fantasy card game, which I bought some product for. But I also bought the last Bandai Star Wars kit I was missing, which was the Y-Wing. It was one of the only kits they had, and it just happened to be the last one I was missing, so I'll build this and do a review of it soon after the viewing. And then, in addition to that, Hobbytown has a Facebook group for Gunpla builders, and they show new kits that they get in whenever they get them. They show their newest shipments. And they got in something that I was so excited about that I dropped literally everything I was doing and went and bought it. Yes! Finally, we have a Valkyria Chronicles tank model kit. It is the Shamrock, it's not the Edelweiss, and they only make these two. So this comes to us by the company Volks, which is a model building company that has an English distribution place in California, apparently. And you can actually go on their official site and order some of this stuff. The Edelweiss is pretty much out of stock everywhere because I think it's an older print. I think this is a reissue of the Shamrock. But they have the Shamrock, they have the Edelweiss, and they have a Shamrock that is unpainted and raw that has some metal side panel pieces that are optional that you can attach to it. There's also a part kit set that offers a metal barrel for the Shamrock, and there's also a kit set that shows it has minifigures of the Valkyria Chronicles characters. As I throw that on the floor. And you can find all that stuff on the Volks website. So enough of non-Zoids related stuff. The HMM Gun Sniper reissue was just announced, and this is not a reissue of the Naomi special. This is of the regular Gun Sniper with the W2 unit and the Wild Weasel unit. So you guys will see that as we get into the September Market Watch. So,
alright, so the HMM Gun Sniper Wild Weasel version. So this is not the same as the Lena special, which has a twin pair of Gatling units on it. The Wild Weasel is a totally different weapon rack, and if you've played the Zoids Versus trilogy or Battle Legends, then you would know kind of how the different weapons behave. I don't remember if the Wild Weasel unit was used in the anime. Correct me if I'm wrong about New Century Zero, but a part of me thinks that the Wild Weasel unit may have been what Lena's Gun Sniper initially came with, and she sort of evolved it into using the double Gatling units, which is what gave her the very unconventional approach to the Gun Sniper, which is not supposed to be a close quarters Zoid because it does have that sniper barrel, as the name would suggest. But yeah, people were really asking a lot lately about the Gun Sniper HMM, and I was saying how the Lena special has been out of print for a while. My friend Brad actually just recently sold his that was built, so somebody out there just recently got a Lena special. I'm pretty sure that also I'm not really sure what the difference between the W2 unit is and the Wild Weasel unit. I think the W2 unit is just a single barrel in each side with the little dish, and the Wild Weasel unit has these Vulcan barrels here, and the twin barrels and the little satellite dish and everything back there. But I know the Naomi gun sniper comes with the W2 unit, so it's just this right here, the base vanilla body of the gun sniper, with the W2 unit, similar to how the Leon Wildliger has the attack boosters. So very cool. It's available for pre-order on AmiAmi. So pretty affordable as well. Very, very cheap on there. So if you guys want to go ahead and pick that up, highly recommend it. We also have, dun dun dun, the Death Stinger is coming back. And so yeah, HMM Death Stinger reissue. As far as I know, there's nothing special about this. Very much how they did the Red Horn, where it's not a Markings Plus version or anything like that. But this guy just looks crazy. I love how faithfully they recreated some of the details but added some texture there from the Hasbro and Takara Tomy version. But I still don't know how I feel about the HMM Death Stinger. The color still feels kind of off to me. Let me know what you guys think about that. But definitely expensive, but actually still cheaper than the Iron Kong Yeti, and although it's sort of in the similar size and class range there almost. So I guess I haven't done a video about this yet, but man, was this a cool announcement. And I think people are kind of overhyping this because of the inclusion of the classic Zoids in there. But to kind of explain what this is, so this is a new Switch game coming out, Zoids Infinity Blast, which is the sequel to Zoids Wild Blast, which was previously released on the Switch in 2018 actually I think it may have been released in 2019, and we're getting the English version this year. But this was the tie-in with the anime, and people still share like this outdated article on Facebook from like late 2017, early 2018. It says Zoids is coming back with a new anime and a new Switch game, and it's like the announcement of Zoids Wild. I'm like, have you guys not been paying attention? Like, this is old news. This has been circulating around forever. The anime already aired and has finished in Japan, and this was months ago. Anyway, without getting too off topic there, so this appears to have the exact same gameplay as Wild Blast, hopefully with some improvements, but there appears to be a lot of customization options there, and it's going to feature Zoids from the Wild era, particularly it looks like Wild Zero, to add the Wild Zero Zoids into the roster, because the previous game just had Wild Zoids, so this one's going to add the Wild Zero Zoids and Classic Zoids as well, which is awesome. I'm expecting it to have still a pretty small selection of classic Zoids, similar to the Infinity arcade games. That's really ironic when you think about it. Like, I don't think the name Infinity Blast has anything to do with the Zoids Infinity series, like Infinity Fusors and Infinity EX0, whatever it was called for the Xbox 360, but that is funny that they are keeping sort of the same naming convention, considering that these are sort of like arcade style, like fighting games. So Zoids has a plethora of fighting games, however, and I know that this is not really what I wanted to see. I wanted more so to see, like a continuation of the Battle Legends versus Trilogy style of gameplay, a modern version of that as opposed to another fighting game. But we'll take what we can get. This does look pretty cool here. You got the the Beast Liger against a bunch of little raptors. And another thing that's really cool about this, I don't have the picture pulled up right here, but this game has a collector's edition actually that was announced, and it comes with a model kit, an exclusive model kit. And if you guys learned anything from Zoids Versus 2 or Battle Legends, the Japanese version of Battle Legends had a collector's edition that had the Desert Shield Liger, and that Desert Shield Liger is very rare and hard to find now. So probably a good idea to go ahead and pre-order this, and you'll get this blue Beast Liger variant, which I'm not entirely sure what it's called. The Beast Liger Mariner or something like that, because it kind of reminds me of the Gojo's Mariner. But yeah, really cool, and I'm really glad that that's there. So you can pre-order the standard vanilla version here on AmiAmi. And I think the collector's edition is available somewhere as well, but we'll have to revisit that. As for the rest of AmiAmi, so the Great Saber Markings Plus version is in stock. Iron Kong Yeti is still in stock. This is actually not that bad of a price for the Zero Greasus. I'm actually really tempted to buy this, even though it's almost as big as the Death Sword, and I really don't have anywhere to put it. The Omega Rex is a little bit more appealing to me. I may go ahead and pick that up, but I mean, that's a good price for the Zero Grievous. Goto's Former Republic version is in stock. It looks like the Hunter Wolf and the Gatling Fox are coming back in stock soon. I would like to own the Gatling Fox for sure, because it looks way more appealing to me than the Hunter Wolf does. And I think that's like I've been saying about the Zoids Wild Zero versions of the same wild kit. So they just took the well-designed, maybe not so appealing wild kits and just made them that much cooler in Wild Zero. Cheyenne has both of these, so even if I don't have one for myself, I'll eventually borrow hers to do a review. Fantoth is on sale, may want to pick that up. Mulgas are still in stock. But most of the upcoming HMMs are no longer available for pre-order. If I can find it. Yeah, so Genobreaker repackaged version, gone. Hagane Works Wildliger, gone. Redhorn, gone. Terrace Bomber, gone. This new art book, the HMM artwork, the art book that chronicles the... Oh, here we go. Yeah, the Infinity Blast Collector's Edition, gone. What a shame. Yeah, so Lightning Strike's gone. We already knew that. So let's move on to HLJ here. I don't know how I misspoke like that. So we were on HLJ and now we're on AmiAmi instead of the other way around. Those first couple of screens I showed were on AmiAmi, and then I just went to the main HLJ page. I don't know how I got that backwards like that. So Zero Grievous is in stock here as well. Hunter Wolf is on sale, so I'm going to probably go ahead and buy that as soon as I'm done with this video. Yeah, that's a really good deal there. I can't really pass that up. So we will take that. The HMM art book is still available for pre-order. I may go ahead and snatch that as well. It would be really cool to be able to have the entire chronology of HMMs, because I always talk about the different releases in the videos, and it is, to me, it's important to be able to say, oh, well, this kit's been out of print for X amount of years. Whereas, here in 2020, we have had just a ridiculous amount of new HMM releases and reprints and stuff like that. Iron Kong Yeti's still in stock. The Genobreaker reissue is still available for pre-order. So is the Redhorn and the Hagane Works Wildliger, so you guys have a much better shot at getting that stuff here on AmiAmi than on HLJ. A lot of that stuff appears to be out of stock on HLJ, which is interesting. Usually it's more balanced, but it seems like the in-stock is pretty solid overall with the with AmiAmi. I really can't complain at all about that. The question is, I think we answered our question there. I was going to say, do they have the collector's edition Infinity Blast? But it does not look like they do. Okay, that's fine. So Nin Nin Games, we showed this site off last time. They have Infinity Blast available for pre-order. They also have this thing, which I haven't showed off yet, which for some reason is not on the other sites. But this is if you guys missed out on the HMM Wildliger, then you can potentially get this one, which is the HMM Wildliger Guren version, which, of course, just makes you think of Gurren Lagann, but spelled differently, of course. And this is literally just the exact same HMM Wildliger, except the pieces that are red on that kit are blue, and the other way around. The pieces that are blue on that kit are now red, and the blue flame coming out of the eye is now like a purplish color. Very cool. I'm not sure what the significance is to the anime for this. I'm sure I'll know when I finish the series, but that's what the standard HMM Wildliger is going to look like, and this is what the Guren looks like. So just an alternate there for you. I'm sure this one will be maybe worth a premium if it's sold limited quantities, so you may want to jump on that now while you can. Although I already went ahead and pre-ordered this one, the HMM Wildliger, which is here for a pretty good price on Nin Nin Games. Nin Nin Games also still has the same kits we already mentioned, including the Terrace Bomber, the new Death Stinger for a decent price, Redhorn as well. This site is a little bit more expensive than the others, and all of this stuff is out of stock, though. Like even the new generic Wildliger, the 2021 I was talking about, it's all sold out. Apparently, they still have these Sturm Tyranno, which I don't know how much I'd recommend that. They still have the Kotana figure, and they have the Japanese version of Zoids Wild Blast. You guys can still get these Revoltech Zoids like I talked about last time, so Nin Nin Games has got a lot going on there. Over to eBay. So I wanted to look for the Gojos Giga because of what I had mentioned happened at the beginning of this video. And I mentioned that pretty much my only options is to buy a whole another kit. There's no way that somebody's going to be selling just the motor for the Gojos Giga. So unless somebody comes up with a way to like do a 3D printed like motor, just the shell of it, so I can at least put the thing together, then I'm pretty much out of luck, and the rest of my Gojos Giga is just scrap, which I hate. But right here, here's a Hasbro one where they know it has no motor. $40. Okay, I mean, that's not too bad. Here's a built one for $80. I don't trust this stock image at all, and that's also way too expensive. There's a Japanese one. Another English one here. This is very sketchy to me as well because this is around the same price as the one I got. Again, this is the Hasbro one that came out around the time that Fusers did. It says, most parts unused, as is, uncounted. So they're basically just like, hey, it should have everything. We don't know. That there's no way that thing has the motor. Also, look at that shipping. You fuck off with that. Here's a Gojos Giga that does have the motor. This would be a good one to get because it has everything on display here. We know it has the motor. But, again, $90. There's two different color iterations of the Gojos Giga, and I believe the English one is colored like this, the Hasbro one, and the Japanese Fusers one is colored like this, which, because there were two iterations of the Gojos Giga in Japan, one that was for the anime line and one for Fusers. So the color is a little bit different, but they're essentially the same. Again, I do not trust this stock image. That's a pretty cool image there. This Gojos Giga right here, the Proto Gojos Giga, is a special collector's edition. And so that seems expensive, but these are very rare. So it's the Toys Something Project. I can't see what that says there, but it's a special edition version and is quite rare. So that's pretty cool to see. All right, I wanted to look at Takara Tomy Genosaur's motorized one just to kind of see what the market was like. So this one in box, this is probably the one you want to go with. This was the 1999 Takara Tomy one, $160. Kind of what I expected. This one right here, $100. That might actually not be that bad. Got some of the bone-colored ones here. One thing I definitely wanted to caution you guys on. Okay, so this one right here, the HMM Raven version, is apparently very hard to find. It has a slightly different color scheme than the generic Genosaur, and it's considered a rare HMM, so these things fetch a lot of money, as you can clearly see. Something to be on the lookout for, though. So that's an old one as well. This right here, though, this is the one that we just got through releasing. This is like brand new. That's a ripoff. Do not pay that. You shouldn't pay more than like $70, $80 for this before shipping, unless it's completely bought out everywhere. That's a ripoff. Do not pay that. There's another one on here too. Yeah, here we go. I think it's the same stock image. It is. Same stock image. I don't know how people... yeah, same exact stock image. That's a ripoff. It's brand new. This is the one that just came out. It's the repackaged version. It's a generic one. This is a super old one. Maybe that would be